word of omens. Give me sight beyond sight. Beyond sight. Beyond sight.
What's up? Sight Beyond Ciders.
Sort of quick as hell. Son. I didn't even get the countdown on this one. I think you tried to catch me singing.
That was.
Son of a bitch.
Today we are going to talk about the Elimination
Chamber. Nah, this nigga don't know how to speak English.
I know. I just, because I stopped at the chamber part, I stopped because I was like, he's trying to correct me. Elimination Chamber. Yeah, we're going to break it down a little bit. Matches, I don't know, we're going to go into like we tried to do last time.
We're not going to do the whole card. I mean, obviously the card was short.
Yeah.
We're just going to hit the 2 chamber matches. Obviously, we lost the women's match tonight with Lacey Evans being pregnant, so we didn't get a replacement, which was weird.
Yeah.
The women's tag match wasn't anything important, in my opinion. So we're going to just skip over that, but we're going to get to the key things that are leading to what is the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
All right. So
start off with
basically we're going to start off with the first elimination chamber match. Right, look at that.
Yeah.
Man, it's a tongue tie. How about that? Yeah, I thought it was freaking awesome. I love that they started with Bryan and Cesaro. They really kept they start to build the interest so you can watch it, keep your eyes focused on the match. The build up was obvious and easy. You know, you have Sami Zayn in there.
Yeah.
You get who else was in?
Kevin Owens?
I was gonna say King Corbin obviously got eliminated first, which was like the easiest heel move. Like he was pointless to be in there.
Okay.
But then we got Kevin Owens. The surprising elimination was Kevin Owens being eliminated as early as he was. I had him in my final 3 easy.
Yeah.
And they kept him in for he was like the second person eliminated, if I'm not mistaken, from after King Corbin, which was wild. To see Cesaro, I was going for Cesaro personally. I wanted him to
win the whole thing.
I wanted a Cesaro versus Roman match would have made me more excited because it would have been an actual match.
Yeah.
But they working on this Daniel Bryan thing. Everybody knows it's Daniel Bryan's last run. He's probably got a year or 2 left.
Okay.
So they're trying to get whatever they could get out of him right now, which is kind of understandable and easy. But I'm gonna say right now, I really don't want Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It's not something in there. I know Edge came out.
Yeah.
Let's get to that point. Edge did come out and he speared Roman, and that kind of storyline was already the obvious. The way they built it up through SmackDown, we've seen less of Edge on Raw.
Yeah.
We've seen him more on SmackDown interacting with Roman. So it was kind of obvious that was going to end up happening. So I'm not mad at that. I'm pretty hyped for it. I'm a Edge head, but there are slight rumors that they're saying Edge, Daniel, Roman. We don't need a triple threat match. It's not let it be one-on-one is be better. Edge, don't do that to Edge. Honestly, he doesn't need that. In all honesty, I don't know what you thought about the match.
No, I thought it was pretty good. I like the. I think that all of them that they had in there, and especially the first one, was a good combination of people. Like you said, Corbin, of course. I think he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But to get him out of there first, obviously, I felt like that was the best choice. But when it comes down to your final 3, I would have thought that the Usos final 3 only because of the storyline with
but
Roman and all that.
Him being partners with Roman, I honestly I kind of said it to you, him winning, if he would have won, I thought it would have been a lot more interesting because we joked about the finger poke of doom happening again. I kind of want to see that random turn on Roman, that he finally starts being the bitch, because that's how he kind of came into it.
Yeah.
That finally nah, I'm not gonna listen to you after that head of the table stuff.
Yeah.
But they obviously went with Daniel and they ended up killing Daniel Bryan, and that's in 4 minutes. The guy had no chance. Listen, everybody on Twitter even thought, all right, we're gonna get Daniel Bryan Roman to end the show, and they went right into it. So I don't know what they were thinking. Putting the show together, I have no freaking clue, because the show ended in 2.5 hours. It was pretty short, and we said, we lost the Oscar match because Lacey Evans got knocked up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna Jim Cornette it because I don't mind it. If you've seen Lacey Evans, you understand why.
But when it comes to that, do you think that they did that? You think Daniel Bryan was actually hurt?
Nah, he's not.
Sped it up.
I would hope not. They were working the storyline that his leg was already injured,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure they just keeping it like that because there's still one more pay-per-view
Yeah.
before actual WrestleMania. So they could use what just happened and they'll basically tell the story of like Daniel Bryan, like, oh, you beat me right after being in an Elimination Chamber, coming in as one of the first people.
Yeah.
So, give me a chance one-on-one, like fairly as a fresh match. And that'd be a decent main event for Fastlane, which right now that would probably be the one match that I could book in my head that I think will happen, honestly.
And Kevin Owens wasn't going to win because he had the match recently.
Well, he had
Roman
multiple
Reigns.
matches, yeah. And they just kind of, after a while, the fans get annoyed. They get repetitive. It gets annoying.
Yeah.
I'm a Kevin Owens fan. Love Kevin Owens. Go watch him all the time. But, yeah, I kind of wanted him to lose just because I was like, all right, you had your 3-match run with him, and it was fun. It's cool, but now we got to switch it up. We're getting into WrestleMania time,
Yeah. So you kind of agree that Daniel Bryan's okay to win?
Yeah. Like, it's fine that he's there and all of that shit, but he's not. Look, at the end of the day, like, you got to know, like, it's the obvious. Like, besides what happens at the end of tonight, it was Roman is going to WrestleMania regardless with the title. That's not changing at all. Like, it's just not happening.
Shit. But what did you think about the fight afterwards? Like, I know it was quick with the Daniel Bryan thing, and I know it was unexpected, but do you wish that Daniel Bryan did a little bit more? Or?
I would have liked it, but it would have been hard because of the fact that it goes back to what they actually do in WWE.
The cell?
Yeah, exactly.
So he can't just have a
It wasn't just out of a sudden, like, nothing hurts me, and I'm adrenaline pumping. Like, no, that's just... And then you're going against the head of the table. This guy's beating up everybody, and he's going to do what he's going to do. Like, he went out there and he's just like, you know what? Choke you out with the headlock shit.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. Like, that's really all it is.
That's all you need to do.
That's all you got to do. Like, after spear, all of that. Like, I like the little, like, build towards, like, Edge. Like, it's obvious, like, when you watch wrestling enough, you see, like, all right, he's like there, like milking it a little bit in the ring.
Yeah.
And then, but the spear and how quick they did it, like, it looked perfect. Like, Edge looks like he's freaking in his 20s again.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah,
like,
he did come out like that.
Yeah, like such an amazing, great spear. So it was like good. Like, I respect the story. Like, I like how those two really work off each other and shit. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. So now we could go basically right to the first surprise of the night. Besides the Edge shit, was Matt Riddle actually winning the United States Championship.
Oh, yeah.
Which a lot of people are surprisingly not liking, which is funny as hell to me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like Bobby Lashley. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But he's kind of dull on the personality side.
Okay.
He doesn't have a lot. That's why he needed an MVP and people around him to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
But Matt Riddle, like, I get, like, some people hate it. Like, he's the pothead. He's the bro guy and this, that.
Yeah.
But honestly, everybody knows in that ring, Matt Riddle could fucking work.
Yeah.
Like, he's fucking done it in NXT. He's done it in Evolve. He's done it multiple times. Like, the guy's a good worker. And now we have a guy with a personality, so we get some more laughter and shit like that. This is WWE. It's entertainment, you know?
And it's good that, somebody like that has a title.
Yeah.
It just sucks because I think he does, Bobby Lashley should have a manager with him constantly. Because even though, like, with it works with Roman Reigns as well, but I noticed that Roman does a lot more talking than Paul does versus when Paul was with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Nah, this is the whole shit. Like, people gave Roman shit for not being able to cut promos.
Yeah.
And we all know the legendary, promo of him and John Cena in the ring where John Cena basically just stepped all over him as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, freaking, but now look where he's at and he's killing it. Like, I like the slow talk, and then when he gets crazy and aggressive, like, he's doing a great job at what he's doing. But to get back to, like, the Bobby Lashley shit, I honestly wanted to see, like, I like that Bobby came out and, did what he did at the end of the show. Yeah. Because I would want to see that. Like, we want the Bobby or Brock, and, like, Bobby Lashley should be in that next level because he's good. He's that physically believable. He's good. And all of that is just that he needs a Paul Heyman. He needs somebody there to, like, sell him,
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the unfortunate thing about a lot of wrestlers. Yes. Is that personality, if they don't got it, their career could be career thing.
Just stay right there. They're just dead in the water almost type shit.
But so that match you kind of agree with that guy winning.
Yeah,
but I don't like that guy's personality.
I mean,
I hate that dude, bro.
his personality is very like hard for people to get into because it took me a minute, like because it was all of that, but he doesn't do it as much on WWE. When he was in NXT, he did a lot more weed jokes and shit like that. So you understood, like everybody know he smokes weed. He's a pothead.
Yeah,
like that was his whole shit. Like he's like the 2000, he's like the 2020 version of what RVD was when RVD was coming up.
Okay,
RVD was very dude and in his own way.
Yeah,
but maybe not as over the top.
Yeah.
But it was still right there. But RVD was just how can you not like RVD?
Yeah, he's a monster.
To be honest,
one of the greatest high flyers.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get straight to the shits.
Yeah.
The last Elimination Chamber match, which was fucking physical, surprising because one, I'm gonna get right to what threw me off and surprised me. Randy Orton getting eliminated when he did, and not happening with the Fiend. I don't know how long it's gonna take for them to decide to bring the fucking Fiend back. Like honestly, like I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, okay, I kind of want him to come back now. Yeah. Like Alexa Bliss promos on Raw is gonna get a little. Now it's gonna get too played out. Like I had to deal with another 4 weeks of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want that. Like
you think he's gonna come out during like WrestleMania instead?
It's so hard to say. Like if he like. I wanted it to be today. I think Fast Lane's the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it will be more understandable. Like, all right, he comes out there, but he has to come out sooner. Like, it can't. Honestly, don't put it on a Raw. Like, I don't want it on a Monday Night Raw. It's just gonna be a regular basic come out thing. Like, we've seen that already. Like, it would have been. It makes more sense within a match. Like, but now Randy Orton has no opponent. Randy Orton has nobody to work with. And two, because like you're basically waiting for this Fiend thing to happen.
Yeah.
And they're just like toying with it. It doesn't make sense. Like it could have done anything. They could have had just Alexa Bliss pop up or something.
Oh yeah.
Just to make it make sense why he got eliminated. Like, and I get it. Like Kofi got a good little push over that because he won, and they'll probably do a little story with maybe him and Kofi real quick, like just something simple, and then throw the Fiend in there.
Yeah.
To throw it off maybe, but. Like that was really like that shit just kind of like it boggled me a little bit. It kind of threw me off the main event.
Yeah.
A little. Like I was just like, nah, like I wanted Randy Orton to stay longer and had the Fiend come out.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. To see like either Alexa or the Fiend just come out and just that's how he loses. Like that would have made a lot more sense because it was quick. Like as soon as he got eliminated, it was just like, and he's out of the ring.
Yeah, he just did his normal RKO on people because he's mad, and it was just like, damn. Like even if he would have did that, like. He would have lost fairly like that, hit the RKOs, and then right when he's about to walk out the door, the lights go off and then turned on, and the Fiend's just standing there.
Yeah,
that would have been as something. It's something.
Yeah,
but they didn't do anything with it, so it's like it really makes you wonder, like, do you want to fucking do anything with the Fiend? Like, because y'all really just like y'all found a way to kill him, put him on fire, and then we don't have to fucking put him on TV anymore. Like, that's pretty much what's been happening, And
you know what would have been cool, too? Like, I don't know if they've done it in wrestling yet, but say if, like, he was kicking everyone's ass in the ring, and then the lights shut off, and then the Fiend's behind the glass.
Yeah, like, that was something,
behind the chamber, and then lights would go off again, and he's gone. Like,
anything like that would have been cool, like, and it would have worked. Like, they had the opportunity when almost ripped open the the back of the thing, which was crazy. I was like, I know it's gimmick and all, but... Dude, that's still like plexiglass and shit. It's freaking big as hell, and the guy just ripping out. That guy's a freaking monster. If he actually ever gets in the ring and work, it's gonna be interesting because he has a Great Khali size. Yeah. But he looks like he's gonna move a lot better than what Great Khali did.
Yeah, Great Khali. He looked like he was a mess already.
But so you get through that. The Sheamus elimination not being the last one was surprising. Like I was really thinking like AJ was gonna work a little longer with McIntyre once they did that. I was like, oh, all right, it's gonna be AJ McIntyre like leading up through WrestleMania, and then they just kicked AJ's head off. And like, hey yo, that was like I love the Claymore and the Bro Kick. Those are two of my favorite big boot moves. And the way like McIntyre and AJ like they just timed it perfectly to do it like that was freaking dope as hell. Shit. But so obviously McIntyre wins. And then we get to probably everybody's going to bitch about it. I haven't got to go on social media yet because I wanted to just talk about this real quick and get into it. All right. It's awesome. Yes, I am happy that The Miz won. Honestly, I'll say it. I'm happy that the Miz actually got the title because I personally think when the Miz doesn't do jokey shit,
Yeah.
he's actually not bad anymore. Like he's really good at it. Like when you make the Miz be serious and be a normal-ish heel, like he's actually really good now. So it's gonna be fun to see. Like he's probably gonna come tomorrow night, obviously, and be jokey with Morrison, and they're gonna do their Miz TV shit. Like I could see that happening. But if they actually could separate them, which they kind of did in the last 2 weeks,
Okay.
that is going to be great for the Miz because the Miz could be honestly, the Miz could be the champion and going into a triple threat match for WrestleMania. Honestly, and it will work.
So you think he's going to keep the title until then?
I would like that to happen.
Man.
I would like to see him, maybe McIntyre, and then somebody else, like anybody, like hey, fucking throw AJ in there. You know, like that would be great. Like that match would be awesome. Like you don't have to like. There's no disrespect to Sheamus. Like Sheamus came in and Sheamus made a staple for himself. Whatchamacallit, since he's been in the company. Like Sheamus done a lot, and people don't respect. Some people do respect, but I'm trying to push for AJ to get a little more WrestleMania moments than what he's gotten. Yeah, because I think that he needs that little like cool WrestleMania title match moment. Like he's worked with like Shane and Jericho and shit like that, but he hasn't really had that one thing. He's opened a lot of the WrestleMania shows more than anything.
Well, didn't he fight Taker?
Oh yeah, he actually did at that moment. You know what? But that wasn't with a crowd there, and
there's not a crowd right now anyway.
Like, no, but they're gonna have to set him the crowd at WrestleMania this year.
Well, this year, yeah.
The cinematic match was awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like I like the Boneyard match. I fucking watch it a lot. But it's hard. Like, see, that's what I mean. But that's what the cinematic match does for me.
Yeah.
Like it takes me away from thinking about it like that. Like I'm thinking in the ring. Like that's the real thing. Like at the end of the day, if you ask the Undertaker, he would even admit like he would have rather had the real match in the ring with AJ to be his last match.
Yeah.
Than the cinema shit. But it just happened that way because of the circumstances.
But it worked.
That's truly what it is. I just think it's freaking hilarious because like I just know like people seeing that shit and it's gonna be this is why WWE sucks. This is why they don't give people what they want. This could have happened, but it was like if Drew McIntyre would have walked out with that title, y'all would have been like, oh, this show is the same old shit. Like, there's so many crybabies and annoying people out there. Like, come on, man. We kind of knew that, the money. The Miz took himself out of the Elimination Chamber match. He was supposed to be in that match.
Yeah.
And he took himself out. That's how Kofi ended up getting in. And it was kind of like an obvious, like, yeah, he has his money in the bank. That match is going to come up in like 3 pay-per-views from now. Yeah. So you got to kind of take it off him. Like, you got to do something with it. Like, you can't just leave it there. He's not going to go after Reigns because that would get me mad. Like, don't take it off of Reigns because Reigns is doing great. But McIntyre, not saying that he's not doing great, but it's fun to have another heel, like a heel champion. Yeah, is fun. Yes. To have the good guy chasing after the heel is a lot more fun. Like, this is why we got mad at Cena for 10 years, people. This is why people get mad at a lot of faces. Like, you don't realize it because you're saying, oh, he's always winning. But if he's chasing the bad guy and the bad guy screws him over, it makes you more interested. Yeah. Honestly.
And it's a better storyline because, like you said, the bad guy could screw him over in so many different ways.
All these different things.
If it's the bad guy trying to get up to the good guy, it's kind of like, you're trying to get this championship, but the only way you win, you can't really fuck him over. Like, you have to beat him.
Exactly. And that's the whole shit. Like, it's the Hogan, it's the Cena shit. It's that type of, like, oh, he's going to power up and win. Yeah. And like, after a while, it's fun for a while, and it's cool for the kids and, the people who are into that. But I've always been a heel fan. Like, I'm a heel all the way through.
Heels are more fun, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I could just think of multiple ways that the Miz could keep that title to go into WrestleMania. And that's why it's going to be a lot more fun because he knows how to be a heel. He's done it long enough. His whole career has basically been a heel. Yeah. When they gave him a couple of months as a face, everybody hated it. It was fucking weird. Yeah. Like, he had the weirdest haircut. He was doing weird shit. Like, it's not what he is. Like, his opening song, like how his song starts saying awesome, that's just, it's like an arrogant, annoying thing that gets on your nerves. Like, him saying shit like that, that's what makes it work,
When he first started, was he a babyface? Like, was he a
He was hated because everybody knew he was from Real World.
Real World? Yeah. Okay.
So he came up like the nigga had the weirdest shit. Like he was wearing like giant. Remember those like golf type shorts like the golf people wear?
oh
Like, yeah. Like, he wore like funny, weird, different gimmick looks.
Okay.
And then finally he got to how he looks now a little bit, and he had his one title win where he won, and he actually headlined at WrestleMania with John Cena.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. Like he could do it, and people forget. Like yo, that match that he had with John Cena at WrestleMania, he got a concussion halfway through it.
Oh shit.
He doesn't remember half the match, and they still were able to finish it. You know, like
Jesus.
so like we can't really shit on the Miz when you see how far he came from being a guy who really wasn't that great of a worker to like, yo, we were loving his Intercontinental title matches with Ziggler and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was having good matches. So to be mad right now is you being a crybaby.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, I agree.
Like,
and it's gonna be fun to see all the hate messages on my phone with all the Twitter.
yeah, because I'm gonna definitely be on Twitter tonight talking shit. Like I'm gonna be praising him. He's gonna see a lot of awesomes thrown out there. Honestly, because that was the whole shit. But no, that was pretty much the night. I mean, it was cool. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. Basically, obviously, all right. The WWE writing is the obvious is McIntyre versus Miz main event.
Yeah.
At Fastlane, and then you would think, oh, McIntyre is gonna win. This is why it's fun to have a heel because hey, he might just cheat the win.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep it going from there.
Yeah.
That's all we could really like look forward to right now. Those are the easy, obvious storylines that right now, because tomorrow really starts the big push for WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they should definitely bring the Fiend in because I think the Fiend needs to be into something. Man.
He has to come back. He has to like. All right, if he probably won't come back tomorrow, he'll probably let's see tomorrow. Then we are in March, so it's like 2 more. There's 3 weeks before Fastlane. So by the 3rd week, he has to. There has to be some type of understanding. Like he's there. Like I'm trying to think of like an Undertaker type of thing. Like something that just show like he pops up on TV like on the Titantron.
Yeah.
Or like just see like imagine seeing multiple Fiend faces on the Thunderdome. Just looking like something like that.
Dope, because you could easily do that, even though the people who paid to be on there are gonna get mad.
Hey, you gotta accept it, son. Like let's push the mind games further. You know, if that's the whole thing, you want to keep doing, push it further. And then here's my little random twist, and I'll probably change it up as I do more wrestling podcasts. Maybe we get a Firefly Funhouse with Randy Orton, the same way we got it with John Cena last year. You never know. That would be an interesting mindful because we don't know how long Randy Orton wants to keep wrestling.
Yeah.
We don't know what Randy Orton's plans really are.
Even though that was funny, I would want to see a match.
I would like to see a match too, but I don't know, like, because there's 2 versions of the Fiend everywhere. There was a version that Seth Rollins tried to kill.
Yeah.
To win. Like, he took a freaking toolbox and shit to try to kill him, but he wasn't selling shit.
Yeah.
And then there was the version that got fucked over by Goldberg.
Okay.
Like, because he got hit with multiple spears, and apparently a spear could kill a Fiend.
Oh.
You know, like,
yeah.
So it all depends on how much you let him sell and work. Like, because that's the only issue with the Fiend for me is the fact that he does a lot of no selling and selling. Like, it all defers. Like, it's like you have to find him in a hardcore match to make it believable you heard him.
Okay, yeah, because of his character.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the only thing that's the only bad side for me.
But I feel like it's the same thing with Kane, but they never put him in a hardcore match.
No, Kane
was a big.
Kane was like that his first couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
But then once you get to like probably 99, 2000, he started becoming a little bit more normal. Like he wouldn't lose as much. Like let's not get it wrong. Like Kane didn't really lose a lot of matches. He got a DQ or something.
Yeah.
What happened? But when it really came down to it, Kane usually won. But they always found a way to make it work. Like you didn't really think about it. Like after a while, I wasn't worried about it, and then Kane would go into working tag teams and doing certain shit. So like it all depends on how the story works. Like there's not really somebody I could picture being like, "Yeah, me and the Fiend gonna be tag team partners," you know?
Well, yeah, but I agree with that. But in the sense of the Fiend, because what I'm thinking of is how to work with him, which you don't need a match like that. I think if you just do it smart. So say if he's doing the no sell because it's hard to defeat him.
Yeah.
But now, like with Alexa Bliss, you could have her like shaking her head like, oh, she's getting her sense back,
Alright.
and then mess over the Fiend somehow, like hit him with a chair or something like that.
I mean, that will work.
And then
yeah, because
and then like have the other guy win,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're like, oh, and then he could be like, okay, that like you could make him lose by some other means. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you could find a way to do it.
I mean-
you don't need a hardcore match every time.
nah, you definitely don't. There's ways that they do the Fiend that, like how they got Alexa, like they basically changed her whole character for the better. To be honest, right now, it made sense, and it was, but they were kind of trying to write and build up.
Yeah.
When the Fiend first started, he would, he was catching bodies. He would just
Yeah.
attack people randomly, and the people that he had matches with, they either just stopped being on the show or they changed personality wise. That was one of the things. That's where like Daniel Bryan changed. Like everybody changed mentally,
Yeah.
so they could still do that. Like I was really thinking that they were gonna get like a semi Wyatt family thing out of the Fiend,
Okay.
but I just can't really put together who would be
Good.
the pieces to
Yeah.
put in there to do it. Like they don't have like the people like RIP, like Luke Harper, like who was like a perfect, like you just seen him and then you seen Bray Wyatt and it was like they're believable monsters, swamp people, whatever you want to call them,
yeah.
like it looked good and shit. But there's really, I don't know, like it's just gonna be interesting because the Fiend, that's the hardest one to book. I could give you a whole Fastlane pay-per-view before I could tell you what the hell I'm gonna do with the Fiend. Honestly,
That's why you need me, because I tell you exactly what to do with the Fiend.
hey, it's it's hard as hell to put together.
Shit.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. Get ready for the Road to WrestleMania podcasts that we're gonna do.
Yep.
I'm gonna do tomorrow. We got the Monday Night Raw wrap up that I'm definitely gonna get into because I'm very interested to see where it's going. So basically, let's just get to the shits.
Yep.
SoundCloud, Spotify, Twitter, Anchor,
Oh, wait.
Facebook,
You always forget it.
YouTube. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But it's like we do this whole video shit and we're doing it for YouTube. YouTube, we are there for you. Please subscribe, like, comment.
Yes.
For the whole wrestling world out there, anybody who listens to this that's on the wrestling Twitter, definitely comment, hit me up.
Yeah.
We could definitely try to get a stream going to talk and get something going. I mean, I don't know if you got anything to say.
No, that's it. Basically, wrestling is all him mostly, and then me was comic books and all that. So if anybody
Yes.
want to talk comic books, anybody want to talk movies in general and shit like that, I'm the kind of guy. So
We like to bounce off ideas. It's more fun to have all different opinions.
yeah. So
All right.
like he said, like, subscribe, and listen, and share.
Yeah.
Peace.
Awesome.